to the JKA Massey Instructors course. So today we're going to take up a new subject, and this is the subject of Kime. So we'll just put that one up on the board first. And I'll just put the kanji there while we're at it. Actually, well, I'll just put it there at the moment. So Kime itself is a Japanese word. We probably translate it ourselves in English as focus, or focusing at the end of a technique. Actually, the word itself, Kime, comes from the Japanese word kimeru, and this word means to decide. So there's a slightly different concept on it to the way we look at it from Western dojos, I think. When you do a technique, let's say it was a chokusuki, and the first part of the chokusuki, hopefully you will be relaxed. As you get to the end, you will focus. So this is where we obviously get the idea of focusing, and then we relax again after the punch. So, and then relax. Now, decide obviously comes into it to the point of view of you have to decide where you're going to punch and where the punch is going to actually finish and where you're going to focus your muscles. You don't want to focus, if I was like this, I don't want to be focusing my muscles here so that I'm already tight, so by the time I get there I've extended too much power at the beginning of the punch. Obviously the other side of it, I don't want to finish the punch and then go like this. I need to just get a balance point, so I need to decide, almost have a mental picture in front of me of exact point where I want to focus. So there would be Kime, or kimeru. Just to put that like this, kimeru means to decide. This is the Japanese word for it. You can also look at this a little bit, well, you know this principle as we've said before, 0, 10, 0, so this would be 0, this would be 10, full power, and then this would be 0 again, coming back for the next movement. And also we have karada no shinshoku, which is the expansion and the contraction of the movements, which we've already mentioned in a previous video, so don't need to go over that again. So that's kimeru. Just leave them on up there for a minute. Now we also have ki. And ki, as you obviously well know, is the expansion of your energy at the end point of kime in perhaps a kata or during a competition where you're making a movement with full power. The ki is basically like this, and I is like this. So ki, this part, ki, is your spiritual energy, and I comes from ao. It can be an expression of impact or come together. So maybe this is from ao, which means to join. And this would be your spirit, energy. Now, sometimes people have kind of a funny idea about how to do ki. Sometimes you see the young kids in the dojo and they're running around going ki, 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 and making this sound like from their throat and just shouting out the word ki. So it's probably good to try to give your students a little bit more from the very beginning, an instruction on how to do ki. If you could imagine that somebody was going to hit you in the stomach, and the reaction of a sharp blow in the stomach would be like like that. So this impact would cause the muscles to contract, and the sound would then sort of come from this feeling rather than from the throat or from just shouting something like a word like ki. So it's the expulsion of that energy at the point of impact. So basically all you're everything is focused from the hara, and the idea would be from your diaphragm you're expelling the air as if you're pushing it out from the hara. So that's ki. And the third part, just to complete this, we have another word called ke. This is a kind of, when you pronounce it, you can sometimes leave this K out, but it sounds like ha-ke. So even the word itself has a meaning. Ha-ke, the kanji for that one's a little bit more difficult, but we'll just put that in there. So this ha and ke, a bit like that, as I say, with the double K, but the ha is there. So this word really means like discharge. And this one, ke, means like power or powerful. So this is a very strong discharge of power. So at the sort of ultimate point of complete kime, when you've got a total ki in your movement and you're really going for it 101%, then we can say that this is hakke. So this is a specialised term usually used primarily for dojo practice when you're really 100% on your game. So these are the three terms that come with kime: kimeru, ki, and hakke. Okay, so that's all for this short video. We'll leave it at that. Thank you. See you next time. Us!